Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm just going to recover some things I talked about in my previous video. When I was talking about the treasure spawn in the update, I kind of wasn't satisfied with the information I was giving because I wasn't giving like every piece of information out. So I'm going to cover what I missed before. So here's the first thing. The monster itself is a 40 cost monster. If you're wondering if it's strong or anything, not really. It's not really, as far as I see though, compared to the water one, like the water dragon that was out before, the 40 cost version. This one though is better because if you happen to cast Dark Element, which you will probably need to use Misu to do so, Misune, one of the she's the Dark Commander girl. This one applies 5% life drain on all allies for 40 seconds, and it casts a 40-second counter heal on all allies that recovers 8,000 HP each time damage is received. This will actually be helpful for the guild battles because it's actually a useful ability for the guild battles. It will keep you alive more. You can take more damage. You can tank. You can tank and take. Take and tank. I'm not sure if that sounds like the exact same, but I'm trying to say like TK. I mean TAKE and then like tank. Like you can take the. No, never mind. I think you get what I'm saying. Anyways, this was actually going to be a useful ability for S-rank guilds if it happens to pop, because no matter what, it's going to be useful because S-rank battles are something that lasts a while. They're not something that ends like A rank or whatever lower rank there is. S-rank battles usually are around the same gear score and all that, so they last longer. They last a lot longer to actually even get to the first crystal assaults. So when they're battling it out, having the most things that can help you survive is definitely the best possible way to actually continue. And having something like this with the 5% life drain and a 40-second counter heal is very good. But where she shines the most, her usefulness is not her skill. Her skill's okay. You have to cast Dark Element, and having that is probably going to be a low chance to even activate in the first place because a lot of people, there's really no reason to use Misune, so it's going to be hard for all of her abilities to activate. She does do good damage and all, but where she is going to shine the most is that she's a 40 cost, so she's going to have the highest score out of like every monster in like the game besides the other 40 cost that was out. The other 40 cost water dragon, she's going to be one of the highest cost monsters in the game. So she's going to have the highest score when you go to Unison Battle. So if you were to do a regular Unison Battle and you probably pop like 2 of these monsters, it might be, and they don't pop any of these monsters, it might be a GG for them. It just might be a GG for them. This is a 40 cost monster, so she's going to have, I'm not going to say a lot more higher gear score, like not gear score, but Unison score. That's the main purpose, is she's probably going to have a lot higher Unison score than all the other monsters out right now. So when you're doing a battle and you get like the score, it's going to be a lot higher with her on your team. That's why she's very useful. I mean, like probably a lot higher. I'm not sure how higher, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot higher. So that's where her main use is. When you're doing a Unison battle with another team, whether it's a Coliseum or it's guild battles, she brings a lot of score to offer. So she pretty much swipes the enemy's score off, and I'm not going to say guarantees the win, but makes the win, like you winning the Unison battle, at like a way higher chance. So that's where her usefulness comes in. Okay, next thing is the treasure spawn. If you didn't notice, all the other monsters are light monsters. That's right, this is no coincidence, and they all can be useful in their own ways. This one casts frenzy, so you don't have to worry about the nullifying. I mean, you nullify debuffs and status alignments, so you ain't gotta worry about them, because I know for a fact when I was fighting Loki, it was a pain. Kept throwing status alignments at us like crazy. Like, this thing would not stop attacking. You're going to get your cost back too as well, and she's going to do a lot of damage, especially if you get her all the way to the 4th awakening. She's going to do a lot of damage to the enemy. She's going to recover cost, and she's going to cast frenzy, so you ain't got to worry about the status alignments or the debuffs. You're set on those. No longer have to worry about those. As for Holmes reduces the physical or magical damage taken by all allies for 0 for 2 times. This can also be essential because, again, Loki attacks a lot. And there's one move he can even lower your HP to 10%, so it's kind of insane. Reducing ability cooldown times allows you to attack a lot more. Increasing usage for allies excluding yourself is also good because you don't have to get everybody to have Unison. If you got Unison, I'd recommend just using it because low-key is a pain. He honestly is a pain. Unison separately is probably going to be a lot more helpful than unisoning together. So having that is also very good. And the stat boost won't help at all because of the not the problem, but like the thing they have. As for Romeo though, Romeo decreases the stats of all enemies by 60% for 40 seconds. You gotta ignore the increased stats because that doesn't work. But he decreases stats of all enemies for 60 seconds. He does good damage as well. He casts Elevation. Elevation decreases the proc rate of the stuff in your main slot. So if you have nullified physical or magical damage on there, or if you have like something that's very essential to actually defeating the boss, that also increases the proc rate for that, thus allowing you to go further, faster, and stronger. I mean, not further, faster, and stronger, but further, faster, and farther. They cast Awakening on yourself. This is a guaranteed Awakening on yourself because it deals 40% of your current HP as damage to yourself already. So, since it deals 40% of your current HP as your damage to yourself, Awakening requires 60% or lower HP to activate, even if it does say it cast it. So it's a guaranteed Awakening, so you're good on that. And then they also are missing, okay, she's right there, Yuria can be useful as well. She casts Kismet on all allies, so she turns all those debuffs into buffs, and this works out. This is the only way you can get that regular stat increase. She reduces the physical and magical damage received by all allies to 0 for 2 times. Again, the less damage you take, the more useful it will be. And she helps with the Unison Gouge gain increase, so she can be very useful as well on top of all those monsters. That's why they probably have her at a 6k right now. Because other than this, I cannot find a reason or a use of Yuria. Right now, she can be used and she can be useful, but overall, she's not going to be. And I don't know why they don't talk about these right here, but they have Spica and Aquarius. But since there's a step up spawn, I could go over them right here. Aquarius is Awakening works, so right there, off the bat, you're receiving 50% less damage. Your stats are all getting increased by 50%, and your ability power and magic ability power, your physical and magical ability power, is getting increased by 30 on top of all that. So it's strong. Not nullifies, but it removes status alignments and debuffs if you have them as well on top of all that, so it is very good. And it's an instant Awakening because she damages all allies for 40% of her current HP. For Awakening to activate, even if you cast it, even if it gets cast on yourself, you need to have 60% HP or lower. Aquarius guarantees that for you, so that way you're getting the instant Awakening. And she casts Resurrection, so if you manage to die, you're coming back to life. And she does pretty good damage on top of that. Now, where's Spica at? Spica over here helps gain your helps refill cost. I can't really say much about her. She increases the usage of our allies, excluding yourself, by 20. This can be very helpful as well. I'm not even sure if you can get your critical hit or critical hit chance or critical hit damage increased because of, again, the buffs, the regular attack buffs. I think it like falls under the same category, so I'm not very sure. But at the very end of her abilities, if you have her awakened all the way, she reduces ability cooldown times as well, so they can be useful. So overall, I think Spike is going to be the hardest to use, but you can use her. I'm pretty sure she can be useful in her own way, especially if she's a force for a pot awakened monster. So keep that in mind. They have all those in that spawn as well. I'm not saying you should go for it even more. I'm not saying you should worry about it. If you don't want that monster, if you're not worried about the Dark Dragon, because the only purpose she has again is getting gear score, a higher gear score, don't worry about her. Honestly, don't even worry about her. Alright, so I hope this helped out, and this is the Azeroth. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace. Oh yeah, before I do that, I don't know why I do this all the time. Before I do that, I'm going to try to come out with a strategy to defeat this monster. I might post it on YouTube, I might not, but I'm going to be coming out with a strategy to defeat this monster. I'll let you know either way. I'll let all you know either way, but I'm going to be like, I plan on recording like step by step me trying to defeat this monster, me coming up with the strategies and everything, so you get like behind the scenes and me doing it in general as well. Okay, with that being said, I will see you guys later. And gals, this is the Azabeth. I'm out. Peace.